Hello everyone. Welcome to today's English lesson. For our first lesson, we're going to explore the phrase a fish story. What does it mean? Well, a fish story refers to an exaggerated or hard-to-believe tale, often used to describe situations where someone stretches the truth, just like a fisherman might when talking about the size of the fish they caught. To understand how this phrase is used in daily conversation, let's take a look at an example dialogue. Let's dive in.
Oh, let me tell you, Mia. This is a fish story you won't believe.
A fish story? What happened this time?
I was out fishing with Jake yesterday, and I swear, I hooked the biggest bass I've ever seen.
Biggest bass, huh? How big are we talking?
At least 3 feet long. It was massive. But of course, it got away just as I was reeling it in.
Oh, here we go. Another the one that got away tale.
I'm serious. Jake saw it too. He'll back me up.
Let me guess. No pictures, no proof?
No, but you know me, I wouldn't make this up.
Liam, every fisherman says that. It's classic fish story material.
Next, we're going to learn the phrase bite the dust, which means to fail, stop existing, or be defeated. Let's take a look at the following example to understand how it's used.
Did you hear about the old bakery downtown? It finally bite the dust.
Really? That place has been around forever. What happened?
Apparently, they couldn't keep up with all the new cafes opening nearby.
That's so sad. I used to go there for pastries when I was a kid.
Me too. Their chocolate croissants were the best. It's hard to believe it's gone.
Yeah, but I guess it was inevitable. They didn't really update their menu or space.
True, the competition is tough these days. One small mistake and businesses bite the dust.
It's crazy how quickly things change. What's going to replace it?
I heard it's going to be a bubble tea shop. Can you believe that?
Bubble tea, that's so trendy right now. I guess they're just following the market.
Still, it feels like a piece of history is gone. Another classic spot bites the dust.
I know what you mean. It's like we're losing all the charm of the old neighborhood.
Exactly. It's all about what's popular, not what's timeless.
Well, maybe the new place will surprise us. Who knows?
Yeah, I guess we'll just have to wait and see, but I'll still miss the bakery.
Let's dive into the phrase see eye to eye, which means to agree or share the same perspective with someone. It's commonly used when discussing relationships or disagreements. To help you understand its usage better, here's an example conversation that illustrates this phrase in context.
You know, it's frustrating that we can never seem to see eye to eye on anything lately.
I feel the same. But it's not like I'm not trying to understand your perspective.
Trying? You barely listen to what I'm saying. It's like you're already set in your opinion before I even speak.
That's not true. I just think we're both stubborn in our own ways, and it's making it harder to compromise.
Maybe. But every time we argue, I feel like you're just waiting to prove me wrong instead of meeting me halfway.
Because it feels like you don't trust my decisions. That's why we're clashing so much.
I'm not saying I don't trust you. I just wish we could have a discussion without it turning into a debate.
I don't want to fight either, but we need to figure out why we can't see eye to eye on important things.
Maybe it's because we're so focused on being right instead of solving the problem together.
That's a good point. I guess I've been too defensive lately. I hate feeling like I'm failing you.
You're not failing me, Ryan, but we both need to work on actually listening to each other.
Agreed. If we can't see eye to eye all the time, at least we can try to respect our differences.
Exactly. And maybe next time we argue, we should take a step back and remind ourselves we're on the same team.
That sounds fair. I just want us to get through this together.
Me too. Let's start fresh, okay?
Now, let's take a closer look at the phrase, up in arms, which means to be very upset or angry about something. Let's see how it's used in the following conversation to better understand its meaning and context.
Lately, I've been so up in arms about how distant you've been.
What do you mean? I thought everything was fine.
You barely talk to me anymore, and when I try to open up, you just brush it off.
I didn't realize you felt that way. I've just been busy.
Being busy is one thing, but completely shutting me out is another. It feels like you don't even care.
That's not true. I do care about you.
Then why do I have to beg for your attention? It's like I'm invisible sometimes.
I didn't mean to make you feel that way. I guess I've been caught up in my own stuff.
I understand life gets hectic, but a relationship needs effort from both sides.
You're right. I've been neglecting us, and I'm sorry.
I just want to feel like I matter to you. Is that too much to ask?
No, it's not. I promise I'll do better. Let's talk more, okay?
I'd like that, but actions speak louder than words. I need to see the change.
Fair enough. I'll prove it to you. Can we start fresh?
We can, as long as we both work on this together.
Now, we're going to learn a useful phrase in English, pet peeve. A pet peeve refers to something that annoys or frustrates someone, usually in a way that's a bit personal. It's often a small, everyday irritation, but it can be really bothersome. We use this phrase when we talk about things that bother us, especially when they happen repeatedly. Let's dive into the conversation to see how this phrase works in real-life situations.
You know what my biggest pet peeve is?
What's that?
Waiting for people who are always late, especially when they're the ones who want to hang out.
Oh, I get that. It's so frustrating. How late was she this time?
She's been 30 minutes late already, and it's always the same thing. I'm the one waiting while she takes her sweet time.
That sounds annoying. Does she at least apologize?
Not really. She always just says sorry. Traffic, like that explains everything.
Classic excuse. Does she even realize how much it bothers you?
I've told her a few times, but it's like she doesn't take it seriously. It's really starting to get on my nerves.
Yeah, I'd be frustrated too. It's like your time doesn't matter to her.
Exactly, and it's always the same routine. I wait, and she shows up as if it's no big deal.
Does she ever try to make up for it by being extra nice?
Nope, she just acts like it's no big deal. It's honestly my pet peeve.
Maybe you should set some ground rules. If she's late, you'll leave or something.
I've thought about it, but I don't want to sound rude. I just wish she'd be more considerate.
I get it. But sometimes people need to hear how it affects others before they change.
Yeah, I might have to have a talk with her soon.
And that wraps up our lesson for today. We hope you found the phrase and the conversation examples helpful and that you'll be able to use them in your daily interactions. Remember, practice makes perfect, so don't hesitate to try these expressions in real-life conversations. Stay tuned for more lessons in our upcoming videos, where we'll dive into more useful phrases and expressions to boost your English skills. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to keep up with all our new content. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next lesson. Take care and keep practicing.